Hello, everybody. So I'm here to talk a little bit about the testing what we've been working on this week. Uh, so first, I'm Anton. I've been working to BBB the last 4 years as QA and test developer, and working together with Gabriel. So the goal for this week was to have the setup needed to have automated tests running for plugin SDK and also increasing the test coverage for having the Firefox support. The motivations are pretty clear. Besides, the more tests, the better. We needed to ensure that no change to the SDK would break any plugin features in in the samples, basically, and also ensure that no change on the BBB core would break any SDK features, because it's really common to see a developer changing something on the SDK and also need to change something on the BBB core. So they are separate but combined when testing. So we needed both checks and also increasing the coverage with the support with Firefox tests. This looks a simple task, but we used to have around 200, 300 tests running on CI. On CI a little bit less, but in total it's almost 300. And now just for having this support, we basically doubled this amount of tests. Of course, we don't want every single test running on CI. It depends if it will take longer to run the CI, but we will check what we can do to get it better. So how it works, we've decided to put the sample tests located in the samples directory on the SDK repository, um, and they will require the BBB credentials, the same ones we use when testing something on the BBB core and a running server, because it it is separate, but we need to check it with a running server. So this is the requirement basically, and the test is would be quite simple. We will create a meeting using the plugin manifests parameter, just passing the URL for each one of them. Join the meeting and then check out the samples features. That is basically what the test will do. And this week, our goal was basically to have this setup for the test. So we added a single test for for one sample, and now we want to work on the rest of them. So the next steps is add more simple tests, basically, tests for all the samples. Now, if you are doing any change on the SDK in the developer, you can run the command to test on the root, and it will run all the tests in all the samples folders. But if you are working on a specific sample, you can run the test, and it will check only that sample tests. We can also work on an automation script for development environment, because there are some things we need to do and put on BBB core and SDK, so we'll make the developer life easier. Uh, Also, the automated test CI workflow, which is the one that runs on the CI for every pull request open on the BB core, using a specified SDK per request. So let's say someone send a change on the SDK and you want to check what that change of the pull request on the SDK would affect the core. So you open a pull request on the BBB core, just targeting somehow the pull request you open, and the CI will do the rest, basically. and also improve the sample actions to cover all SDK features with automated tests, which now they are quite simple and objective, but we want to add more samples, more components using samples and all the features available in the SDK. So we will have tests for every feature, everything. So we will ensure nothing will break if someone send anything to the SDK or the PPP core. So and there's the icing on the cake, which is we've been working on this quite a time ago, which is basically every time that you open a pull request in the BBB core, there's an automated comment that shows that redirects you with the link redirects you to the test results and the actions of that pull request. But nowadays we need to download these artifacts and run locally to see the results. But now the intention is to have a link which will be public, and you just click there and you will see all the test results with the failing and passing tests, and every step's done there. So much better, no download needed, and faster to check what's going on the request. So that's all, guys.